Hey, hey. Let's try this again. I'm Apex. This is the 420 show. What's up? How's it going, everyone? We all feeling good in the hood? That's good. Fire in the bowl. Hey, tow truck. What's going on, buddy? It's about that 420 break time. Just about. Whew. Yes, sir. Oh man, I forgot to grab my other stuff. I gotta grab my go downstairs and grab my bong and stuff. Y'all can come with me. Hang on. Oh, what, you leaving, tow truck? Oh, going downstairs sucks. Ugh. Oh, my stairs are really steep. How steep those steps are. Some steep steps. Y'all thought I had it easy coming down here. My sauce. Oh, I guess what I will do first is load up a dab, I guess. Hey, ¿qué pasó? What's going on, I'm Apex. You're Nightingale. I'm Apex. What's up, Nightingale? Take that little dab hit right there. Of course, I call it dabs, but we're really working with Reclaim, which really kind of sucks. I gotta get some more. But it's good. It's like several different types. You're Nightingale. I'm not Nightingale. I'm Apex. I'm Apex. You see me without a shirt. Ah, yeah, son. Nice. Oh yeah. I'll put you down here for sure. How you doing? Oh, fired the bong, by the way. Bull, whatever. Cheers. Holy crap. I forgot I had that up on 700. Do 450. Oh, oh, that's much better. Yes. I still feel like I'm trying to play some sort of funky futuristic saxophone. All right, right on now, Gail. Hurry back. Oh, yes, everybody. Yes, it is a good day. It is a great day to be alive. The sun is shining. The wind's blowing through the hair. It's the real feel says 19 degrees. It's an amazing time to be alive and inside. Woo, buddy. I got a lot of energy. I just woke up. Miriam, hey, you. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, the sad realization that little bit in there is what I have left of the strawberry coffee that I grew this summer. He thinks it's time for another plant or three. Get that greenhouse built up, or however we have to do it. You have a sweat lodge in 45 minutes. Oh, there. That's the more manageable one. Everyone go watch that video. Um, Unfortunately, I can't put that up here because I can't copy and paste. I think. Oh, hey, Mako, what's up? I'm not exactly positive. I heard something about he read something from chat, which got him banned or suspended. I don't know how it goes. I know they came after Bear, but Huckleberry, hi. Oh my god, with this lighting, I really look like I'm a ginger. Oh my gosh. I'm not, I swear it's blonde. It's just dark. I'm not as much of a leprechaun as I look. Hey, Skull, what's up, buddy? Huckleberry, I'm a pretty leprechaun. They're always after me, Lucky Charms. What's wrong with? I don't know. Supposedly, Eric Carbon thinks they have no souls. Apparently. What? Yeah, supposedly, according to South Park, gingers don't have souls. According to South Park, that is. See, I can't speak on that because I'm not a ginger. Hey, Skull. Hey, buddy. Right, Mako? Yeah, Twitch is kind of being a dick. Which, what is our number one rule? Don't be a dick. Hey, congratulations, everyone! It is 4:20 officially. We have made it. So, all you awesome people over on Eastern Time Zone, happy 4:20. Now, if I could just get my weed out of the jar. Oh, I need to give everyone a little bit of update here. Uh, I'm doing just fine now. I've been on this antibiotic for a second here. Oh, I'm talking and not smoking. I'm sorry. It's 4:20. Happy 4:20, everyone. Ooh. Oh, you didn't want to see that. I coughed and I got a bubble. But I don't smoke. It's okay, Skull. Yeah, I wouldn't do that before the sweat lodge either. At that point, you're just gonna be well. It's messing with the purpose of it. That's there. There's about that. By the way, Miriam, is your other phone working? Are your phones working? You man, you gotta be careful about that flux. That shit'll give you a nosebleed. I sent you one on your Mexico phone number. You never responded, yo. Those are a lot of one word answers there, Miriam. Yep, yes, no, ha ha ha. That's three, I guess. Mix into one. No phone yet. Oh no. Shoot, I probably sent that message to someone else then. You're like, who the fuck's texting me? Oh man. Good times. Um let's see here. I'm gonna try to do a little something here. Hopefully I can manage this. Oh no, is this a thing? Please tell me this is a thing. Um, continue reading. But the billboard of There's a billboard. It's in southern Wisconsin. And apparently it has Joe Biden and Kamala Harris as in like a dumb and with the Dumb and Dumber uh movie. Um, I don't know. I'm about to find it. The billboard is believed to be in Richland County. If you're on Twitter, but John Connor, okay. Oh, why did not take me to Twitter? That was dumb. Um, let me see if I can find this billboard. Can't see my face. Now you really can't see my face. Oh my gosh. It's so difficult. It's so rough being Apex sometimes. Oh man. You can't see me. Okay. Well, I'm gonna find this really quick. Because that's something that needs to be found. Joe Icky Biden. Um, Dumb and Dumber. Holy shit. It's a real thing. Settings, camera. We're gonna flip this to the back camera. Yo. Tell me that's not hilarious. That's great. That thing. That's what I was trying to show. There's a screenshot in the corner. Really? That's weird. The totally legit cash money payout. Oh my god, you win. You've won so far. That's hilarious. I have to find this stream. Yeah. Yeah, gosh. What are these freaking numbers you see? Boom! No, that's not right. What? Oh, I put a V. Supposed to be an N. As unfurled. You keep over 9/10 of the payout. Oh no. Oh no. We can't have that now. Uh, yes. All right, here I come to save the day. Oh shoot! Better mute that tab. Who's this person coming in? Oh, hi. There's me twice. See, I look much better on this one. Much better. Oh, there's Taco. Do I meet this one?
This one. Oh, that's
I think. Does this work? I think this works. You don't want to know, Skull. You don't want to know. Let me do. Oh, I gotta do it this way. Shoot, layout. Bloop. You like my Pepe? Everyone loves my Pepe. I can play around on this one too. Oh, Hero? Hmm. Hero. Ooh, that was too loud. Maybe I could do it this way. That better? No. That wasn't better at all. I need to get the admin set up on this computer. That way I can do things. Oh, joggy. It is. It truly. Oh, I should get my second phone and have it like up here with another shot of me. It's like, hey, here's Apex. It's like, hey. Yeah, me too. Whew. I'm trying to not eat today. Well, not to not eat, but oh wow. I want to try something. New scene. Yeah, video capture device. Okay. Okay. Ah, success. Hi. When a problem comes along, you must whip it. That's good. I like how I've got a clone. Hey, Apex. Hey, Apex. I'm talking to myself like I know the fuck I'm talking about. No, 2 Apex is too much. You're right. Go back to this. Oh no. Camera froze. Rip. Activate. Activate. Yeah. We're working now. Oh. Oh, dude, you should. I want to see if that works myself. Holy crap, I didn't even think about that. Of course. Of course. Why wouldn't it do such things? Oh, wait. Hold up. Bloop. Virtual background. None. All right, let's try this. They're not even, though. Oh my god, it's more annoying than to do it. Oh. It's almost there. It's also different lightings, though, too, so I'm trying to cross my eyes and do this. It's not working so well. I just look like a weird blob. Dude, skull, right? I don't suggest it. It makes me look like a weird blob and it messes with your eyes. OBS, come back. What the hell just happened? Oh. Whew. Hey, Southern Belle. Come in. Yeah. I mean, twinish. Hi. Oh, I wish one could look. Oh, I could. I bet you I could have put a mirror on this. So when I look towards it, it looks the other way. I'm putting too much thought into this. Okay. Um, filters. Audio and video filters. Mm, that's not what I want. Luma key, chroma key, color correction. Scroll. Okay. Where are we scrolling? I don't know. hmm. Oh, you know what this means, right? This means I can put new pictures and stuff. Heck yeah. I'm down. Um, oh, is it not gonna let me? That's annoying. Cancel. Dare I say 50 Shades of Apex? Yeah, it's true, Skull. It's true. It's right through that door right there. Yo, what up, Red? We'll do this. Scene 3. I'm gonna add image. Clone Houston brownies. I think not good, sir. Huh. See, I'm gonna try that one. Oh, perfect. Okay. And then I'll put that right there. Bloop. And now add me. Add me. And add transparency. Filters. Filter me. Um, I wonder. Oh, well, that sucks, Southern Belle. Hey, on plus note, you could stay here and chill with us. Yeah, I remember that. My guitar's out in the car. Ooh, it's a little cold out there for that. Shoot. I should probably grab that. Do it later. That's my answer for everything today. I'll do it later. I would take some requests. I mean, I can guarantee you that I can play everything, but as long as like classic rock or something, I could probably figure it out. At 443. Not quite 420, but close enough. I've heard such stories, Skull, about the cigar box guitars. Yeah. If you want to do something like that, you should use a metal can and use it as like a slide guitar. I feel like that would sound better. What's up, Don? Apex clone.
All right. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, buddy?
Just fucking Apex cloning my ass off, brother.
Right?
Everything's an Apex clone today.
You just stepped through the door too, right?
Well,
Ish.
ish. Exactly.
Ish.
I know I left the stream running earlier. Kind of my apologies, kind of not. I meant to do it. I was trying to do some things, and I wanted to let people come in and shit. Hey Skull, hey Nightingale, what is up? Red, hey Hawk, what is up?
We got some peeps in here today.
It's a day streaming day, baby. It is. I believe it is.
I
It's
believe
day
so.
streaming, or day tripping. Yeah, it's kind of like day drunk. You know, have you ever went to a bar and got daytime drunk?
You know,
Shiz, Don Bear, no, Don Trump,
good.
Don T. Rump, Red. How's it hanging out there? Low, long, and to the left, right?
Yes. We got Zoom up in here.
Zoom, Southern Belle,
Mm-hmm.
Aaron the Tires. Yeah, that's me. I'm Aaron the Tires. That's me. Come on.
Huckleberry says bowl guitar. Okay, with that said, there is something about that. There have been several playable guitars made that are also bongs and or smoking apparatus.
Valentine is in the house.
Valentine's here. Hi, you.
So it's been a trying to whoopee cushion project.
Oh, no.
Okay. That ought to be fun.
How are you gonna circuit? It's an electronic. Oh, I was still
When did Aaron
thinking
go to
the
Portland?
rubber thing was, you know.
Did Aaron go to Portland? I didn't
At
know when
some
Aaron
point,
went to Portland. Okay, he went. What? I'm sorry. Fuck you. I didn't. I don't remember that. Fook you, or you know. Yep, Aaron's a trailblazer. All right. Took Don Bear's van. No shit. Very cool. Owen.
Owen. Oh wait, Troyer. Yeah.
Either she. Okay.
Whew. Let's see here. There it is. I knew I'd find it. Open new tab. All right. And now I can share my screen. I love having this new computer. The everything just works so much better. Oh wait.
What are we doing?
That
It's a good looking guitar, dude. Nice.
right? It's a playable glass piece. That is one of them playable bong guitars. Smoking apparatus. I'm not saying it right.
Wow, that's nice.
Right? All right. Well, stop. There we go. Hi. We're back. Um, no way.
No way.
Yeah. Okay. So I just found something on Guitar Center right now. It's a Swamp
Oh, hey,
Dog.
Miriam. Miriam's leaving us.
Oh, Miriam's leaving us? No.
She hates us. Miriam hates us. She hates
Uh,
us. She hates me more than you, but she hates us.
oh, the Sweat Lodge. That's right.
Have a good time, Miriam.
So,
Think about me often.
so Don, I made some of my gamer friends jealous with your. Well, they're jealous of your idea for the mining operation.
Really?
Yeah.
How jealous are they?
When I told them about the solar to run it, they're like, "Oh shit, son!" They got super jelly.
See, that's the trick. It's the free power.
Yeah, it really is.
Makes all the difference in the world.
Yep. Did you see
Massively
those?
increase your. Go
Did
ahead.
you see those new cards that came out in the 3080s?
3080 Ti's. Yes, sir. I have seen them, and you can't get your hands on for one for less than $2,600.
Yep.
Those are normally. Let me be clear. Those are normally a $600 card.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Top of the fucking heap, $600 card. Now they're
group has got
$2,600.
a whole bunch of them.
You know why? You know
I-
why they're $2,600, right?
Oh, because they're insane.
Right.
They're absolutely insane.
Pandemic Bitcoin mining fucking fever.
Mm-hmm. But I feel at the same time, like, go down here and use my 1080 Ti. You know?
So you have a real external
more.
1080 Ti there. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
I have the closest thing I have to anything that'll mine is my laptop embedded 1080 Ti.
Oh yeah?
1070 Ti, excuse me.
Wow. That's I'm not sure. Do they run on the same level as these TIs?
They do. Yes, sir. I can actually mine with it. I can make $1 or two.
Cool. I would have
Not a
thought
lot.
smaller card in a smaller, case.
Much smaller. Yes, much smaller, but still, it's an 8 gig card. I mean, I've got an 8 gig,
That's cool.
NVIDIA with all the new drivers and everything else. So, I mean,
How's
it's a
the cooling on?
fucking, it's pretty badass, especially when you tie it to some fast external monitors. It's really nice.
Nice, yeah. That would take some load off for sure. Wow. I see. I don't think about that. It's like they have the same graphics card that's in the tower that's been microsized down to a laptop, and that kind of, I'm not sure it weirds me out or if it I don't know, man.
Well, in all honesty, look at your card. You'll find that a lot of your card is fucking heat sink and fan.
It really is. Yeah. That's what.
In the laptop, they do that on the motherboard.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because these things are definitely overclocking and stuff.
And it can be overclocked. Although I use this laptop as my daily grind. So it only mines when I'm, at less than 0% CPU.
Ooh.
I mean, it's okay. No, that's what I've got it set up to do. So when I go away from the laptop for 15 minutes, bang, the miner kicks off and it starts mining and doing my thing. That's the rule set. And that's what I want. I don't want it mining while I'm doing my thing. While I'm being an Apex clone, I don't need to be lethargically mining in the background. Exactly. I have a reputation to upkeep here.
My mouse has the same lighting.
That's a pretty nice mouse.
The Logitech G504. I highly suggest it if you want to do anything, gaming wise. In keeping in mind, I literally just upgraded from this cheap ass wireless mouse to this wired gaming mouse, which, by the way, has a removable weight system.
What?
Yeah, each one of those weights. Or, in other words, each one of those weights weighs an eighth, almost, just about. Damn, that's a lot of eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 eighths. Oh. Yeah, Don, I'm almost out of my homegrown.
Dude, the homegrown is what you need to keep in stock. Really. That's your mainstay. That's your fucking, even on bad days, I reach out and smoke some of that Thai stick. I have just a shit ton of.
Yeah.
I still have a shit ton of that Thai stick.
That stuff when Kim smoked us out with the Thai stick she brought with her.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you what. I approve.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that was.
Let me log that. Apex clone approval of Thai stick. Got it.
I still want to try some of the MK Ultra, but that's for next time around.
So when are you going to prepare to put some seeds in the dirt for next year, or what's up with that?
I am actually. Since I wasn't able to get those ones that were set before, the Gorilla Glue cross with the
Okay. Do you
those
need some
ones.
more seeds?
Oh no, not yet, not yet. I'm sitting on a seed
Okay.
vault right now. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
All right.
so
Just
I've got.
let Uncle Don know. Just let Uncle Don know about that. That's all. I'm just let me know.
It would be amazing if I get some clones sent. That would be awesome because then I could start that right up. But that's
Dude, I
that's
got nothing.
that's
I got
that's a
nothing.
discussion for another day.
If you know what, I tell you what, if I could, if I had something to clone, I'd lop off an arm and send it to you.
Yeah, and I would totally get into some. You know what I need to do is I need to build a little enclosure down here, like a little micro grow. I've been seeing these things about PC case builds or grows, but they're tiny and they're
Yeah,
auto
yeah,
power.
yeah.
You're
You're
able to
not
pull
going to make
the house off.
time for the 5. Gutfield and Company. Is it time for the 5? It's 5 o'clock. Yeah, it is East Coast.
It is 5. We're 20 minutes out from Central Time Zone.
Let me see about something here. See if I can. Jump around, jump around, jump up,
Jump
get
up
down.
and get down.
I got that song in my head this week.
I love Cypress Hill. Hit from the bong.
Let me try something here. Stand by for the rodeo.
Everybody.
Stand by for the boom. Incoming boom. In 3, 2, 1.
Bloop.
Houston, we have a boom.
For a second there, I thought it said that she slapped Kamala Harris. I I would love to see that. Just some chick just walk up to Kamala Harris and slap the piss out of her. Cat fight.
I will fire you on the spot for disrespecting employees or disrespecting colleagues. Well, there you go.
What?
Motherfuckers need to be fired. That's all I'm saying.
That's nutty. So this is what's happening in the soap opera of the White House right now, right?
So yes, the soap opera that is the White House. Yes, sir. As the stomach turns.
As the stomach turns. Yeah, is that right? Wow. So Cuomo got fired.
Yeah, there is a God in heaven too, isn't there?
Right. Although
couldn't be happier about that.
I kind of have to agree with Tim Pool and kind of question if Brian Stelter had anything to do with that. He was looking for his 9 p.m. spot.
You know what? I never thought about some internal knife wielding backstabbing sons of bitches, but I bet that place is fucking full of them.
Oh, we all know the left is so quick to throw their own kind under the bus.
Dude, that is like, I never thought about that, but that's got a Brian Stetzler, That's got a Brian spermicide fucking fingerprint written all over it.
That's got his mushroom stamp of approval.
Mushroom stamp of approval, exactly. That is exactly correct. You know, we should have a permanent panel up here doing commentary, color commentary on the 5 every 5 o'clock every day.
I would be down. I would be so down for that. That'd be hilarious.
Blaming the SUV over the criminal now. It's all the Ford Escape's fucking problem, right?
Yes.
It was the Ford Escape. Oh, and did you hear the latest from what's his name, Baldwin, that murdering son of a bitch? Yeah, I cocked it, but I didn't pull the trigger. Well, horse shit.
Yeah.
If you cocked it, you pulled the trigger, bitch.
Back or some shit. What a piece of shit, man.
It was in your hand, but you didn't pull the trigger, right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, as well, right?
Uh-huh.
Even
But I bet
George
we find your fingerprints written all over the fucking.
Even George Clooney came out and said that every time that he's handed a pistol on set or any weapon on set, he checks that shit.
Normal people do.
How much of a dumbass do you have to be to not?
Well, now you're a murdering dumbass. So there's that. You know,
yeah.
If you would have taken the fucking unarrogant position of learning exactly what you needed to do beforehand, you wouldn't be a murdering cocksucker now, would you? Just say it. Hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
It's like hindsight for you is fucking 10/10 or 50/50. Anyway,
the fact that he's trying to deny any sort of misdoing, is just.
Oh yeah, he'll tell you.
Like how
he
much
doesn't feel any remorse and any responsibility. No remorse, no responsibility. It's exactly what he said.
That's
because Stetler and Cuomo are fighting over Lemon. You think so, Skull, dude? I think you know what, Skull could be on point here. And Huck, Harris staff is leaving, but they don't want to be known as Harris people. I dig that. Would you? Would you want your name, your good name, attached on your resume, attached to a fucking knee bending? And I don't really want to say the words that I would normally say in front of women, ladies, mixed company. Yeah. How about that? Or tender ears. Yeah, there you go.
So what would fix that situation is if Stelter and Cuomo just ran a train on Lemon. And just said, fuck it, here we are.
I got 5 on it. I got 5 says it's already happened and there's video. I got 5 says it's already happened and there's video.
Oh, there's gotta be.
And Stetler went way past knuckle deep.
You know who was filming, right? Anderson Cooper.
There you go. That's who's got the lowdown.
Unboxed CNN.
A 4-way. Yep, Skull. You nailed it.
Yeah, I do believe so.
Doesn't Lemon have his own male sexual antagonist?
Supposedly.
Didn't want to have that mental picture. Yeah, dude, you dragged us way down into that. Skull, that was you, baby. You dragged us down into that ditch. We just wallowed in it with you. That's all we did.
Oh, apparently today is National Pizza Day or some shit.
Okay.
So get a pizza. That's what I'm doing. Actually, what's funny is that when I woke up today. I woke up around noon, 1 o'clock, and I'm like,
Right.
man, I really want a pizza. I'll do that like for breakfast / lunch. Well, I found out that the pizza place wasn't up until 4, so there's that. But
Damn it.
what's crazy is that I hadn't looked at my phone or anything, and then Google pops up, the browser.
It
And
says you
has,
need pizza.
well, here, just take a look. Google. Tell me how weird that is. What it is this is a pizza game where you have to cut the pizzas into matching toppings. So I'm just gonna do blah 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 blah. Yeah, and then just keep going, and it's so dumb. Why? I hadn't looked at Google. Why Google? Why? Why must you do these things? So tonight, what I'm doing is I'm getting a stuffed pizza, one of those ones with the crust over the toppings as well. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
one of those with artichoke hearts, bacon. What else? Extra cheese and let's see, onions and sausage. And I think I threw mushrooms in there as well. I've got it written down somewhere. Then I get one of those
Okay.
take and bake Papa Murphy's ones. And yes, not red. Google does love its pizza and hot dogs. Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me if like the CEO of Google at the time visited Epstein Island. That's a world
Yeah.
player right there.
Well, we know that Jackie
Jack
Jihad
Dorsey.
from Twitter. Yeah, Jackie
Dorsey.
Jihad from
Yeah.
Twitter. He was a regular on the Epstein Express.
Oh yeah. The pilot came out and started dropping some names.
Oh yeah.
People are fucked.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you're a fucking. That's what happens when you're a pedophile.
Yeah. Well, the truth eventually comes out. No
Yeah.
matter the situation, it may take 50 years, but I guarantee you the truth will come out. Because that's how it works. That's how God, karma, whatever you want to call it, that's how it works, And there's some shit that we're going to be hearing about. The involvement between Bill Gates and Epstein is definitely not over. There's going to be
No.
more. There's going to be more that comes out about that. Although I do wonder sometimes how much Melinda knows, and she's just covering up to save his ass in order to save her money.
Well, we'll see. But I'm guessing she knows more than she's pizza and hot dogs
Yeah.
with a very thin layer of oil in the pan. Yes, Skull, it's good.
It's more or less the second one. I'm just going to be honest there. Not red. Oh, there's a no tread. Oh, no tread on Sneck. Ha! I just got your entire name. Nice. Yeah. No, it's there might be like a percentage of that 1% that is probably into that kind of stuff, like the whole esoteric, occultism stuff. But um, and a lot of it's just we're so powerful and we've got so much money, we can hire up cleaners for this, that type of thing. It's amazing the privileges you get when you've got a $500 million net worth. I'm just saying. I don't know personally. I don't want to know. At that point, you need bodyguards for your bodyguards. What are we bringing back to life? What are we resurrecting, Huckleberry? Uh-oh. Skull, what are you reincarnating this time?
Biden administration now says new variant may not be so severe. That lying piece of shit Fauci told us otherwise, that cocksucking commie socialist piece of fucking scum.
I'm not a fan.
Oh, I'm not a fan
I
either.
feel like I'm just watching. I'm literally watching the news and eating popcorn. It's
Okay.
like I'm watching with friends.
It's like you're watching with friends. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I'm watching
Dude,
with
you
friends.
are watching with friends. That's what it should be.
Yeah,
You should be watching it with friends.
yay, friends.
How is... Didn't they fucking... Isn't he in jail? Isn't de Blasio in jail yet?
I thought so. What?
I try to sugarcoat it there, No Tread. I try to sugarcoat it sometimes, but sometimes the snake gets out. The little green guy gets out.
No, but apparently Art he visited the jail and released a whole bunch of inmates into the population.
They are doing that.
We are expecting to be bigger than Mexico for watching Spring City Cat. What? Hold up. In New York, keeping in mind, New York City jail population under 5,000. What?
That's because they let them all go.
That's
That's
ridiculous.
like the 14. Do you know the 14 people that they finally caught for that smash and grab? And I think it was San Francisco.
Yeah.
They let them all go. Gave them a ticket and said, "Here, come back later."
They're never going to see them.
I just fell over. I'm like, yeah, that's why California is the way it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Bunch of cock-sucking commie bastards. So it's safe to say that you don't like him, right, Don? You know what? I think that's a safe assumption, yeah. Yeah, I got no love for him.
This is crazy. I'm watching this. And it's like, weren't they freaking out about over in Africa? It's like this is going to kill millions of people in the United States if it gets over here. And now this.
Yes, you are absolutely right. The fucking hypocrisy is so thick. California. Commifornication is what it is. Need to do
Yeah.
some free hella rides in California. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We'd be happy to take them over the Grand Canyon. There's some space there we could fill. I'm just saying. Out.
Yeah.
Huckleberry's out. Is that what?
You're out. What you
I
mean
don't
by
know.
you're out? You can't just be out. No one's ever just out.
In. Why do they let these fucking liberal fucktards like this one on the five? Why do
Right?
you legitimize these liberal fucktards when then you got to realize that it's just fucking entertainment. It's not actual political commentary. It's bunch of goddamn no use talking heads
Yeah.
just talking, and you and I
Well,
reacting to it.
see, I don't know. I feel like gut feels on it. But some of these other ones, I think they put in there just to cause some a rift.
Drama, maybe
Drama. Yeah.
drama.
Yeah. So it's literally like a spectrum of conservative to liberal going around the table. And that's what I see here.
Well, just remember that's what it's meant to be. Okay, it's not real political discourse. It's simply drama making entertainment. That's all. And when you realize it for what it is, then you realize why they have it, right? They're making bucks on it because they're selling advertising for you to watch it.
Oh, bro. Oh, not on this. Yeah, history. Where is it? History. All right, so there was a podcast from the Higher Side Chats today. They came out today. They had Robert F. Kennedy Jr. talking about the quote unquote real Anthony Fauci, AIDS, COVID, and the medical industrial complex. It's actually a really, really good interview.
Okay.
Shit, I just realized. Don, I'm gonna put this in private chat. Can you post it up there for me? Oh wait, I guess I could do it too, though, couldn't I? Since I have a clone. There's that. No, that's not what I wanted. Copy.
You'll figure it out.
I got it. There we go.
There you go.
But it's really good. Usually, this Greg Carlwood, I would put him on the not really the liberal side of things. He tries to stay fairly neutral, but you can show it shows that and this he's this is a real. Let's just say it's a very good interview. Very good interview. Oh wow, it's a My Pillow commercial. This is on Fox.
It is. Yes.
Nice. It's cool that he's got this. At least he's got Fox, back him still. At least for a TV, you know, thing. Oh my gosh, this caramel popcorn is so good.
Caramel
It's
popcorn. Is that what you said?
yeah, caramel corn. It's Farmer John. Gourmet popcorn, handcrafted in small batches. I don't care what it is, it's freaking delicious. Mm. Um, damn it. Just bit my tongue. Mm. Yeah, my teeth are officially sharp enough to pierce my own tongue. That
Is
sucks.
it for me?
It's yours. The one that we thought that, we lost or I stole from you.
Ah, okay.
I miss
Cool.
you, John T. Good lord. I'm really chopped through. What the hell? I don't have any. Ah, I looked up and saw AOC.
What?
I looked up and saw AOC.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was scary.
This is the new stuff that needs to be taken care of. And that's off the
Oh,
island,
that's good.
Melanie Island.
I don't know. I feel like you might lose some taste buds if you eat your own tongue. You might not know. Jeebus, all I taste is iron now. Ugh. Listen to that orange. I assume, Skull, you wouldn't be able to taste really anything, though. I mean, seeing as how lopped off your tongue and then cooked it up and tried to eat it, I don't think you'd get that far either because I feel like your body would go into shock before then. This is just a thought. Don't believe everything you saw in the Pain Olympics. Some of that was prosthetic. Oh, man.
Hey, Hey, I need to step away for 2 minutes, or probably closer to 30 minutes. Take care of some business, and I'll be right back. You gonna be
Are
around?
you good? I'm probably gonna head at about 5:45, 6 o'clock to go grab that pizza. But
5:45, 6 o'clock. What is that? 30 minutes from now?
yeah, about.
Roger that. I'll be back. Talk
All
to you
right.
then. All right.
Sure. Oh, now we don't have that. I might have a fix for that. Um, let me do this. Share screen. I'm gonna loop that. Oh shoot. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but hmm.
New build, $28 a month.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We got some videos for you that have just come in, and we're sharing them with you as fast as possible from around the world. The phenomenon is being seen, and people are capturing it on their cameras every day. So let's get rolling and share the first video clip coming out of Russia. Watch this.
Che cavolo è, ragazzi? Siamo a Villa Abate, a casa mia sulla terrazza. È posato sulla montagna, ragazzi. È gigantesco, che cos'è? L'hai ingrandito, no? Provo a ingrandire un pochettino con il mio
That's freaking big.
immagini. È spettacolare, ragazzi. Non mi vede nessuno. Non mi interessa, basta che l'ho visto io, ho fatto anche la foto. Che cos'è sta cosa sopra la montagna? Ok, buonanotte ragazzi. Qui siamo a Villa Abate, faccio vedere anche vedrete, ma è così. È gigantesco. A me mi affascinano queste cose. Non mi interessa chi prende la cosa spot è. Non mi interessa niente se spot. Buonanotte.
That's
So
big.
let's roll this again. I'm adding some brightness contrast, and you could hear it in the voice. It doesn't matter what language it's coming in from. You could hear that they're concerned about what they're looking at. And obviously, if you saw this hovering outside your bedroom window or your porch out at night, you would be concerned as well, whether you would think it's extraterrestrial or possibly some kind of surveillance. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but whatever it is, it seems to be a large object just hovering stationary in the night sky, dead silent. And again, you could hear it from the people on the ground. They have no idea what it is. And I'd appreciate it if anybody speaks Russian out there. Give us a little bit of a dialogue, some translation in the description or right now in the chat, we appreciate that. That's this whole community. We've got some panel members that actually speak the language, but this is breaking right now, and we have to get it out as fast as possible. Maybe we'll have a follow-up tomorrow. But at the moment, whatever's going on here, it seems that this video lasts for some time, and that's what I like about it. That it just isn't a quick UFO sighting. This thing is remaining stationary, and I see no manipulation whatsoever. Brett, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, this is good stuff. Like, I'm ruling out flares. These things, these lights, they're not dropping out of the sky. I'm thinking this is one large craft, and if it is, it's big. I'll estimate probably the size of maybe 60 to 70 feet, and it does look almost triangular shaped. People could say that this could be the infamous TR-3B, and that's a possibility. It almost looks like the sports model kind of its form. I like the way it just stays there. And the eyewitness itself, he's baffled. It seems like he's familiar with the area, and he's trying to get a surrounding look of it. And then he focused back on this amazing object that just seems to hover there without any propulsion.
Absolutely. One thing I could say the possibility is that it could be just a building, just hidden, and all the lights are off, and there's something on top of the building that we're seeing here lit up. But apparently, from the eyewitness statements, I would have to see a daytime comparison to make sure. But if it isn't a building, what is it, guys? That's the big question, and we're sharing it with you. We even have more videos coming in. Look at this. Pretty incredible stuff.
Oh yeah, I can do that, Skull. Sorry.
From an eyewitness who's a big fan of Third Phase Moon, who recently bought the Psionics, and he was surprised what he captured with his Psionics night vision camera in just a short amount of time. And we're looking at this, and I'm liking these series of videos. It's crazy. Sometimes people just don't look up anymore, but I'm glad C. Furrow has submitted these videos, and he captured these out of St. Cloud, Minnesota. And a lot of these things, he's absolutely fascinated by what he's capturing, and he's digging the work that we do at Third Phase Moon, and he wanted to submit some of these captures that he's recently caught. Brent, what do you make of what he's capturing? It's pretty cool stuff. This one definitely resembles a TR-3B. I'm not seeing any FAA lights on it. It's triangular in shape.
What I like about it is that he's keeping an eye on the sky like everybody should, and he's capturing anomalous objects. It's hard to tell what we're looking at, but they do seem to be traveling in formation. I like that he spends the night out there and really takes the time to capture these anomalies. Could they be birds? I'm not ruling that out, but we can't rule out that these are something else. Maybe drones, maybe something otherworldly, maybe some military exercise. All in all, these are great captures, though.
Yeah, look at this one. These are moving at a really high rate of speed. You can see it from one end to the other. He's hitting it with the laser at points. And then we have the triangular craft. I like this one. Again, really fast rate of speed here. And the formation remains very consistent. You know, again, just looking up in the sky, you capture.
Did you know there is a powerful ancient enzyme that melts away fat faster than anything discovered? Scientists are stunned by how fast.
Go away.
For things that you would have never known that's there. And again, this one's pretty strange if you ask me, because
that's why I need ad block.
Seems like it's almost a gas form, plasmic in its own way. It seems biological. It doesn't seem conventional, any kind of drone or airplane. That one's a weird one. I can't put my finger on it as it traverses behind the trees. So again, a good array of videos captured by the public at night. The Psionics camera actually pulls it off. We're familiar with it in Hawaii, and you know, we're using it, and it can give you a different perspective in the night sky using the Psionics. And we're not getting paid by Psionics. We're just saying it's a good product. And look at what these guys are capturing on pretty much a weekly basis here. So I'm excited. Hopefully we get some more submissions from this email that we received, and we're going to be sharing the original link. Go take a look at his channel. He's got a few pretty cool captures in his archive. So again, investigate what was cool captures in his archive. So again, thanks for that. Let's get to the next video. The moon and China. There is a space race going on, and what's cool is China kind of just stepped into the game, landing their little rover on the dark side of the moon to investigate what was captured within its lens. A cube spotted on the horizon. Hopefully, just hopefully, here in the next few days, as the rover approaches it, we're going to get a better shot. There have been anomalies that have been captured via satellites and missions to the moon of strange cubes that have been seen on the surface of the lunar ground. Now we're seeing this thing off at a distance, and I'm excited because China is sending their rover to get a closer look. Could you imagine being on the research team in China right now, say, hey, we just landed our lunar rover on the moon and we spotted some anomalous object and we're going to roll towards it? Who knows? Let's hope they don't cut the feed like they do sometimes in NASA, or give some bizarre explanation why we're not getting the footage. I'm excited. Maybe NASA might have another competitor on the block as far as who brings disclosure. Could China bring it? Would they, if they did find anything? Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, this is pretty cool stuff. It's the ultimate treasure hunt, and there it is, far off in the distance. We don't know what it is. It could be maybe just a pile of rocks, but soon we're going to find out. What's interesting, there's been crashes on the dark side of the moon, and objects have landed on the lunar surface. Could they find some sort of remnants of maybe man-made missions to the moon, or are we looking at something else? The cube or the monolith. We've all seen Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey. This is interesting stuff. The monolith theory does live through ufology and the world's curiosity. We're looking at things, anomalies that we've seen from the moon, and we know that it's something maybe not ours. It looks maybe extraterrestrial in nature. I'm not saying that this is that, but we're looking at something that needs to be studied. And again, this is the treasure hunt on the moon right now. Hopefully they come out with something that's going to blow us all away, but we're just going to keep an eye on this.
Absolutely. A real close eye. And what's been spotted in the crater, we're going to really get a good look at it. If China continues to roll forward as they do, they're curious about this object. And what's kind of cool as well is that, again, could it be extraterrestrial in nature?
Half a teaspoon burns fat 728%
No,
faster.
go
Before
away,
you go to
Ad.
bed tonight,
Obviously, if it's not ours, and then something left it there, if it turns out to be some kind of structure that defies anything natural in the environment of the surface of the moon, it sticks out. We're looking at this thing, and definitely, if we were researchers and we had our own drone on the lunar surface, I think that would be a good target to go towards, because it's sticking out. Again, I'm asking everybody in this live premiere, do you think China's going to continue to roll the feed? Could they be the disclosure? Again, you bring up an interesting fact there, Brett, that Stanley Kubrick in 2001 Space Odyssey, and the monolith mythology and the symbolism, the symbolism behind that whole aspect of the monolith, from the caveman to being discovered on the moon, and now we have cavemen to it being discovered on the moon, and now we have this China rolling up towards what looks to be a monolith. Mythology and the symbolism, the symbolism behind
You're trying to say symbology. That's not
from the caveman to it being discovered on the moon. And now we have this China rolling up towards what looks to be a monolith.
Again, and I do believe it was their bases were on the dark side of the moon too as well. Don't quote me on that, but that's just my theory on it. What's happening here is something that needs to be discovered, and I'm not sure if China's going to reveal it. If they do find something that's earth-shattering, they might just keep it close, and they might not reveal anything and misdirect the community. You can't hold it past them. You never know. It's not NASA. At the same time, NASA never straight answer. Is the space agency for China going to act the same way?
You're stamping on the moon.
Yeah, I'm curious. China's kind of been a newbie to the space, frontier. So let's see how they roll. We're gonna again keep a close eye. Now, let's get to this.
Oh, what? Yes. That's a cigar. That there's a cigar.
Okay. I don't know what I'm looking at right now, but this is kind of big. This is absolutely amazing. Holy shit. What am I looking at? Okay, what I'm looking at, it looks like I don't know, like if there was a row of like 50 little lights all right next to each other, and then there's one light in the front and one light in the back that has a tiny little gap.
A weed cigar. That's called a blunt.
So this video,
Dude, that is one great hot dog.
From a fan. He calls himself the Mayan Spaceman, and what he captured in the night sky, we've received videos on December 2nd, and we can say that they were captured from one end of America to the other, which is quite amazing. And a lot of people saw this phenomenon, but it turns out, in my opinion, and what people are stating, well, as if you believe the major media, that it was Starlink. But in this case, it seems a little interesting that if this is Starlink, the cluster of the satellites themselves are very close in proximity, which could maybe create an illusion of a huge cigar-shaped lit-up craft. But maybe with the technology that Mayan Spaceman captured, really.
If you or a loved one is fighting diabetes, obesity, or struggling to lose weight,
brought out the luminance of these satellites to create this brilliant display. Could this be the Starlink built by Elon Musk, or maybe there's other things that are happening in the sky pretty much at the exact same time? Because this seems in
You're the banana king, Charlie.
In our atmosphere. I'm not saying it. This looks
like
it's in outer space. This seems a little closer. I could be wrong. And according to the Mayan Spaceman, he's kind of interested in what he captured, and he actually gave us a drawing that represents what he saw with his naked eye that night. And this is interesting because as we're looking at it, it resembles a craft, an object, not like multiple lights. We see the ring around his artistic representation. Could this be one craft, or
y'all gonna watch the Banana King? This is gonna be fun.
Glub, 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 glub. Look over there. It's a coral reef.
Oh, look at you guys. And you're floating.
Charlie, we're scuba diving, Charlie. We're exploring the depths of the ocean blue. Oh, no. Here comes a school of poisonous fugu fish. No, fugu.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those. So,
Chinese.
Vortex is open.
Oh, God. Okay, what is this?
Charlie, we're being pulled into the vortex. Swim away,
Why
fugu fish.
German?
Oh, no. You guys are freaking me out. Turn this thing off.
There's no stopping the vortex, Charlie. Fugu.
Guys. Guys. Or girls. I'm really not sure what you two are.
Charlie, Charlie, I have the amulet.
What amulet? What's going on?
The amulet, Charlie. The magical amulet. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
The amulet. In there. We did it. We got the amulet.
Great. Now go away. I'm tired of the horrible things that happen when you're around.
No, Charlie. No. We have to take the amulet to the Banana King.
Oh, yes, the Banana King, of course. Absolutely not.
He's counting on us, Charlie. If we don't get the amulet to the Banana King, the vortex will open and let out 1,000 years of darkness. No, darkness.
Oh, all right, fine. I'll go.
Yay, darkness.
What are you two doing? Stop that. Wow, look at that.
Sí. El hombre con el sombrero nos envió. Él nos cuenta muchas historias asombrosas.
What?
Cenamos el tortugas esta noche. Serán buenos, ¿sí?
Ah, what did you two do?
Sí. Soy feliz.
Just keep walking, Charlie. Keep walking.
Hop on board the train, Charlie. It's gonna take us to the Banana King.
I don't see any train. All I see is a giant sneaker.
It's the choo-choo shoe, Charlie. The choo-choo shoe. Hurry, Charlie. It's about to leave. Chugga, 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 shoo, shoo. Chugga, 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 shoo, shoo.
Yeah, I forgot my boarding pass. I'll just walk.
We're here, Charlie. The temple of the Banana King.
Great. Let's leave the amulet and go home. Who is that? No, really. You guys see it, right? I gotta be honest, I'm getting creeped out here. Somebody say something.
Charlie, you look quite down with your big sad eyes and your big fat frown. The world doesn't have to be so gray. Charlie, when your life's a mess, when you're feeling blue or was in distress, I know I can wash that sad away. All you have to do is put a banana in your ear.
A banana in my ear?
Put a ripe banana right into your favorite ear. It's true,
Says who?
so true. Once it's in your gloom, will disappear. The bad in the world is hard to hear when in your ear a banana cheers. So go and put a banana in your ear. Put a banana in your ear.
I'd rather keep my ear clear.
You will never be happy if you live your life in fear. It's true,
Says you.
so true. When it's in the skies are bright and clear. Oh, every day of every year the sun shines bright in this big blue sphere. So go and put a banana in your ear.
Guys, this is so creepy.
Oh, of course, he burst into flames.
Go forth, magical amulet. Return to the Banana King. Charlie, you're the Banana King.
What? Hey, hold on a minute.
You're the Banana King, Charlie.
No, I'm not. That doesn't even make sense.
All hail the Banana King.
I'm not the Banana King.
You are the Banana King.
No, I'm...
Banana, 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 banana,
I am the Banana King.
Yay! You are the Banana King.
I'm the Banana King, yeah. Hey, where'd you go? Guys? Hello? Get me down from here.
You notice the Banana King symbol is the
Hello?
It's the hammer. It's the hammer.
Oh, it's gotta be. Right, they robbed me.
Charlie!
What? What do you want?
No. So yeah, there's Charlie, the fucking Banana King. Yeah. Ooh, I know what I'm gonna do. Yes.
Into the hands of the Germanic tribes.
We're gonna start this all over this way. Blam.
In 2012, after 75 years of prohibition, Colorado and Washington State legalized recreational marijuana, with other states slowly but surely following suit. But long before prohibition, long before the United States even, cannabis had been established as an integral part of human civilization. From its depiction in the cave paintings of Japan to its usage in burial ceremonies in ancient China, it seems as though our relationship with weed likely goes back to the advent of our species.
What's up, Dapper Delta?
If our endocannabinoid system is
Leg
any
up in
indication,
here.
perhaps even before it. But while there is limited information on marijuana's role in early mammalian development, there is a wealth of evidence across virtually all cultures throughout history of its importance in textiles, medicine, and spirituality. This is the forgotten past of one of the most versatile plants ever discovered. This is cannabis, a lost history.
Why something that's educational?
The first reference
One of our
to cannabis is in the form of the Chinese Materia Medica, alleged to be written by Shen Nung in 2800 CE. The earliest surviving copy of this book dates back to around 50 BCE. Shen Nung is a legendary figure in Chinese culture, part of a group of 3 kings called Celestial Emperors. Half emperor, half deity. He is said to have ruled over China long before
We
written
do this
history.
on like a daily basis.
Irrigation, agriculture, the axe, the hoe, the plow, acupuncture, and traditional Chinese medicine in the process. He is often depicted draped in a garment of leaves and often chewing on their stems to experiment with their effects on the human body. Shen Nung was essentially the first pharmacologist.
The Jing Han.
Herbal medicine. Shen Nung discovered the medicinal properties of cannabis, saying it was good for gout, rheumatism, malaria, absent-mindedness, as well as about 100 other things. Prior to this, the plant, which the Chinese called ma, had been used for many centuries for its fiber in producing cloth, paper, rope, and even in the production of pottery. As the
That
Chinese
was some
continued
strong
to
pottery,
explore
by the way.
cannabis, they found it effective in the treatment of other ailments, like vomiting and infections. It is generally believed to have been used in moxibustion practice in acupuncture, being replaced in modern times with mugwort. Around 200 AD, a physician named Hua Tuo became the first person to use anesthesia in surgery, nearly 1,600 years before its discovery in the West. And while Hua Tuo's formula for anesthesia has not survived into modern times, its name, Ma Bai Zhan, translates approximately to cannabis boiling powder and is widely accepted to have had cannabis as a component, with other candidates such as Jimson weed and opium proposed to be either in addition to or instead of marijuana. Cannabis was one of the 50 fundamental herbs in the traditional Chinese medicine toolkit. In modern times, with the questionable legality of its use, reference to Ma in recent translations of the Chinese medical
But now
textbooks
China is putting to death
reference
or at
to
least in
non-psychoactive hemp seeds.
for having
But in
weed.
antiquity, the Chinese were not shy about singing cannabis's
Wow.
praise. Confucius compiled the Book of Odes and the Canon of Rites, detailing poetry, song, and the religious ritual practices of the Chinese shamanism of his contemporaries and ancestors. Ma is mentioned numerous times throughout each of these collections. But perhaps more interesting is its frequent association with the burial ceremony during this time period. Cannabis has been found both burned and unburned, seed, bud, and everything in between, with burned seeds having been found in Kurgan burial mounds in Siberia and China, dating back to around 3000 BCE, and nearly 2 pounds of bud being discovered in the grave of what is believed to be a royal shaman in China's Xinjiang region. But through a network of trade routes, weed quickly found its way across the ancient world, intersecting with numerous cultures in the process. Coming up, we'll explore weed's spread throughout the East and its importance in the foundation of Indian culture.
Oh, Zoom, you're not alone. There's poor people up in here. You good, brother?
As marijuana's popularity as a dietary staple, a medicine, and even the very plant from which clothing is made grew, China came to be known as the land of hemp and mulberry. Mulberries are high in protein, iron, vitamins, and minerals, just like cannabis. So it's no wonder that the two were both revered in this similar way.
Ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy.
While the earliest recorded history of cannabis comes from China,
Dude,
it is
that
known
was
to have been widely distributed in the fertile soil along the rivers of the ancient world. Along the banks of these great rivers, like the Yellow River in China, the Tigris and Euphrates in Mesopotamia, the Indus in India, and perhaps even the Nile in Egypt, civilization began to sprout up as well. And while it's unclear how exactly this knowledge of cannabis's medicinal and psychoactive properties spread, some evidence points to nomadic tribes emerging from the steppes of Central Asia, such as the Yamnaya, who also may have been responsible for the Kurgan burial mounds found throughout the region. Historians believe that these tribal groups of the Caucasus region helped to advance trade across Asia and Europe well before the Silk Road, spreading forced domestication and many other technologies of the time. Some subset of these tribes, who called themselves the Aryans, migrated from the north into what is now India, eventually merging with the people who had already inhabited the region, developing the prototypical Indo-Aryan language and culture in the process. From this culture, Indian and Iranian cultures, among many others, would ultimately be born. This protoculture was also responsible for the invention of one of the earliest written languages, Sanskrit. Some of the earliest Sanskrit texts, the Vedas, meaning knowledge, are still in existence today. These texts are the basis of our knowledge of ancient Indian history, as well as spirituality, being important religious texts for both Zoroastrian and Hindu faiths. Cannabis, or bhang as it is called in India, is mentioned as one of 5 sacred plants in the 4th Veda.
Your body's only healthy when your hormones are balanced, and that's why so many guys suffer from low T. Unbalanced hormones can really
Oh, okay. Nah, y'all pretty good. Well, that's kind of
The
cool.
Hindu god Shiva is sometimes referred to as Lord of the Bhang.
Dude, she was
There are
got some.
several legends associating Shiva with cannabis. From him making it of his own flesh to help purify the Amrita, or elixir of life, to it being churned up from a sea of milk, along with the sacred cow and the moon.
Hey,
by Shiva.
I'm watching.
One
Yeah.
such legend states
The
that Shiva,
420
in the midst of an argument with his family,
Oh yeah. Oh,
escaped to
15
absolutely.
minutes it would be 420 in mountain
As he
time.
continued to climb,
Okay.
he became tired from his journey in the sun's
I'm
hot
ready.
rays. He fell asleep
Yo,
beneath the
I'm
plant.
giant pizza, stuffed pizza
When he
tonight.
awoke,
Come on.
he became aware of the fragrant smell of the plant and decided to taste its leaves. Rejuvenated, Shiva made this ganja his favorite food, bringing it back to humanity.
I wish it was my favorite food
A
too.
sort of instruction manual.
That was a part. That was a party god in India.
Oh, Shiva
As a
was
result, devotees of Shiva still consume
So
bhang, ganja,
So then I
and
would think that
charas,
marijuana is
three
legal in
traditional
India.
preparations of cannabis to this day.
Yep.
It is most commonly consumed in a drink known as bhang lassi, which is
That's
similar
the
to the
first,
mango
by the
lassi
way.
popularized in the West, with bhang taking place of mango. This drink is especially used on holidays such as Holi and Shivratri, the festival of Shiva. Even in regions where it is illegal, an exception is made during these particular celebrations.
government authorized.
Sadhus, yogic holy men, and devotees of Shiva, smoke it in the form of ganja and charas on a daily basis, saying it brings them closer to Shiva.
Ball of freaking wow.
But as we will see, Hinduism isn't the only Indo-Aryan religious tradition to incorporate cannabis into its culture. Coming up, we'll explore marijuana's place in Buddhism, Sikhism, and the Zoroastrian faith.
On a cool plus note, if you really think about it, Rastafarian
The Vedic religious tradition,
uh,
proto-religion of the Indo-Aryan people,
Yeah,
served as the
Chris,
origin
the noise from
of
the show is
Zoroastrianism
overpowering your
and
voice.
Hinduism,
is it?
with
Yeah.
Hinduism developing in the Indian subcontinent, and the Zoroastrian faith
Is that better?
flourishing.
Oh yeah, I can hear you, hear it too, but I can hear you more clearly.
Persian
Okay,
prophet
Perfect.
Zoroaster is believed to be the first to make mention of cannabis as a sacrament. In the Zend Avesta, a collection of important religious texts in Zoroastrianism, hemp appears first in a list of over 10,000 medicinal plants. It was considered
That's not saying
religious
something.
sacrament of the priest
Right?
class, and was generally unavailable to the common people.
Of
Is it
course.
dark outside yet?
This priestly
Yeah.
class would consume bhang,
Yeah.
sometimes referred to as banga
Alright.
or ma, mixed with wine, after which it is said that their bodies rested while their minds went on a spiritual journey.
Oh, yeah, it did. Journey on up.
In fact, many of our modern conceptual imagery of heaven and hell comes from Zoroastrian priest Ardak Wara, who was known to go on journeys to these realms through the use of bang. Zoroaster's own wife, dissatisfied with this secondary shamanic experience, prayed to the Supreme Being that he give her his good narcotic, banga.
Wow.
Back in India, a new religion was developing based on the teachings of a sage
I had
named
a cough.
Siddhartha Gautama. According to legend, Gautama, the Buddha, subsided on a diet of cannabis for 6 years before his revelations and ascent to Buddhahood. As he sat beneath the Bodhi tree for 40 days and 40 nights, he consumed only a single hemp seed per day.
Wow.
And while most sects of Buddhism
That's ultimate fasting right there.
bonds important place in the
Well,
life
yeah,
of the
because
Buddha,
that can, for after
a
40
spiritual
days,
movement
you'll
called
die.
Tantra sprung
Yeah.
up in the 6th century, weaving Hindu and Buddhist beliefs into a new esoteric philosophy in which bang played a preeminent role. In the Mahanirvana Tantra, bang is said to assist in the Great Liberation. A prayer is contained in this sacred religious text that is supposed to accompany consumption of bang. When translated, it reads, "May this cannabis be a blessing to my heart." The Mahanirvana also states that bang is consumed in order to liberate oneself, and that those who do,
And where did you get this show,
dominating
Chris?
their mental faculties
On
and
YouTube.
follow
Oh, okay.
Shiva
Yeah.
are to be likened to immortals on earth. By the Middle Ages, bang became so popular, in fact, that it was often consumed before battle, much in the way that alcohol was in the West.
Well, at least they wouldn't feel it.
They believed that the consumption of bang would make one's enemies feel possessed by
I'm
spirits.
gonna have to jump off on the phone.
Later
but
religious
I
tradition,
got my other one
Sikhism,
going.
which finds its roots in Tantra, forbids all drugs and alcohol, with bang being the only exception. They call it Sudnidan, meaning giver of peace. And when the Sikhs' founder was presented with bang by the Mughal king Babur, he was so delighted as to offer his blessing for Babur to have his kingdom
There we go.
for 7 generations.
There you go.
This Sudnidan was especially
My phone
popular
hit
with a group
15%. I
of
was like,
Sikh
eh.
warriors known as the Nihang,
That
who
would be a
consume it
problem.
this day.
Right?
And while colonialism has largely wiped out psychotropic plants the world over,
Mushrooms.
the Sikhs received special permission from the British imperialists to continue using Sudnidan. In the late 1800s, when opium and other drugs of concern were made illegal in British colonies, a commission was set up who created a report on the importance of cannabis in Indian culture. It concludes that suppressing the use of bang would be unjustifiable due to its ancient religious use among Hindus and the view that it was harmless when used in moderation.
Okay.
When we return, we'll explore the spread of cannabis into the ancient Western world.
Yep.
Do you
No
make less than
ads.
$50,000 a year? If so, you need to pay close attention.
Fuck you,
Just
ads.
The Aryan tribes that settled in Iran went on to form the Persian Empire, whose rule reached from the borders of India all the way to the land of Egypt by 500 BCE. But some suggest the Egyptians had knowledge of cannabis nearly 1,500 years before that.
Nice.
The oldest complete medical text, the Ebers Papyrus, as well as other writings of the time, contain reference to a plant, Shum-Shum-Tu, which was created by the sun god Ra and used in ceremonies honoring the dead. It is believed by many to be none other than marijuana.
Skull, have you tried
Shum-Shum-Tu,
hoeing
used
yourself out on the
medicinally,
street corner for
was often
$1 per
combined with
person?
honey and used
Might
in
be able to get a
topical
couple
medical
bucks that way.
preparations for inflammation. Whether this interpretation of Shum-Shum-Tu's identity is
Just
correct
kidding.
or not, there's
Don't
other
do
evidence indicative of
Where are they
ancient
writing you on that?
cannabis.
Oh, it's in the comments.
For example, the goddess Shashat is almost universally depicted with a
Sounds like
seven-pointed
Darted
symbol,
Apex. They need to know
often
how to get
resembling
that
the
money.
seven-pointed marijuana leaf above the
Yeah.
head. Similarly, hemp fibers have been discovered in the tomb of Akhenaten, with hemp pollen found inside of the mummy of
Now,
Ramesses
I will
II,
say that
who died nearly
there's
700
speculation
years
that
before the Persian
Akhenaten
conquest
wasn't
of Egypt.
necessarily
Both of
human
these
per
samples have
se.
undergone chemical analysis and confirmed to be weed. There are also numerous hieroglyphics showing
Dude,
what appear
I
to be
want that
smoking
bowl.
pipes or
Hold on, go
ceremonial
back.
incense burners.
No, you go back.
Chemical analysis and confirmed to be weed.
I want a bowl like that, yo. It's
Well,
gotta
take-
come down into the hands with holding a bowl where you... Dude, that would be sick. I would love that.
Well, we could make it.
There are also
We should
numerous
totally do that.
hieroglyphics showing
Okay.
what appear to be smoking pipes or ceremonial
We gotta get that
incense
3D printer
burners.
set up.
Mm-hmm.
And while these have been attributed by
Oh,
some to represent ceremonial use of the blue lotus flower, which itself is psychoactive,
Cyber Delia.
most researchers agree that blue lotus was
That's
steeped
one of
in
the guys
wine
that game
as
with
opposed to being
Counter-Strike.
smoked.
He does 3D printing and builds custom computers too. So
Nice.
yeah.
But while evidence of ancient Egyptian knowledge
got his hands
of
on a couple
marijuana's
of those
psychoactive
3080
properties
Ti's.
is mostly
Man, I was
circumstantial,
so jelly.
there's an unmistakable written record by their Greek counterparts. In fact, the word cannabis comes from an ancient Greek translation of a Scythian word. It is generally believed that hemp, hanep in Old
that's how it's
English,
pronounced.
comes from the same Scythian source.
Mm-hmm.
But the Grecian relationship with cannabis is not purely etymological. The Greek
try to go up
historian Herodotus was the
little
first person to make any mention of
Okay.
cannabis in
Is
Western
that
literature.
Too loud now?
He wrote
we still good?
extensively on the
Well,
Scythian
he's over talking you to me.
nomadic tribe
So.
that he had
That's
encountered
fine.
in his many
We're just background
travels.
noise.
Mm-hmm.
According to Herodotus,
Plus,
the
you can mute it anytime.
in the manufacture of their clothes. They also used it in the religious ceremony accompanying a funeral. They anoint and wash their heads, and for their bodies, set up 3 poles leaning together to a point, and cover these over with wool mats.
Ooh.
Then, in the space so enclosed to the best of their ability, they make a pit in the center beneath the poles and
Okay.
the mats and throw red stones into it.
Okay.
The Scythians then take this cannabis and, crawling into the tent, throw it on the red hot stones,
Ooh.
where it sputters and sends forth such fumes that no Greek vapor bath could surpass it. The Scythians howl in their joy caused by the vapors.
Just why I want to get a pop up.
And while mainstream historians tend to reject the idea
I have one.
practices
I mean, I've
found their
got
way
like
into
a
Greek
four
culture,
person, but it's just that
there appears to
that'd be
be
a lot of
evidence
smoke
to
for
the
a hot
contrary.
box, or a lot of room for a hot box.
For instance,
Well, all I can
Scythians
say is this: that tent
notorious
is
for their warlike
probably the
nature,
same size. Remember,
made up
look
a
at
large
the
part
things
of
they were
Greek
sitting on.
Oh yeah, probably.
It is highly unlikely, then, that their unique cultural traditions would not be continued during their tenure
Maybe
in
we could
Greece.
try it.
Yeah, why not?
What's
Yeah,
more,
why not?
Herodotus makes reference
We can
of
put a
another
tarp
nomadic
over the
tribe
top or something.
whose use of
Mhm.
cannabis was not so sacramental.
Or duct tape all the vents.
Instead, they have parties
Yeah.
and sit around a fire. They throw some of it into the flames. As it burns, it smokes like incense, and the smell of it makes them drunk, just as wine does. As more fruit is thrown on, they get more and more intoxicated until finally they jump and start dancing and singing. Outside of these direct references, it should also be taken into account that the ancient Greeks had continuing conflict with the Aryan tribes that went on to form the Persian Empire. It's very likely that through the Persian invasion, cannabis came to be known in Greece.
That's kind of cool.
But regardless of how they first encountered it, ancient Greek physicians used cannabis medicinally to treat a variety of conditions, such as edema and even tumors. It seems impossible, then, that its psychoactive properties would go unnoticed by the philosophically minded among the ancient Greeks.
Right.
And while there's little about this in academia, it's more likely because of the taboo nature of entheogenic research, and less so because Grecian use of cannabis did not exist. Another possible reason for the limited information on the topic is that psychospiritual rituals of ancient Greek philosophers were heavily guarded secrets. While generally shrouded in mystery, there are some indications of cannabis's psychoactive use in ancient Greece. For one, we have ancient Greek writings of an incense known as Scythian fire being used in the cult of Asclepius, the god of medicine. Additionally, the Thracians, another nomadic tribe living among the Greeks, had within them a group known to the Greeks as Kapnobatai, or smoke walkers. These smoke walkers were dancers and shaman who used the smoke of hemp to bring about a trance-like state. These Persian, Thracian, and Scythian practices hardly went unnoticed by the Greeks.
Man,
In fact, the
back
ancient
when you
Greek
could
word
just
cannabizin, meaning to burn cannabis, is believed to have
I
taken
mean,
place in the form
yeah,
of
it's
incense
like that stuff seems like it
burning
was
cannabis
like
along with
everywhere.
frankincense resin,
yeah.
which is also known to be psychoactive, as well as other
What was
fragrant
that? There
resins
was also
such as myrrh
hold up.
and poison, meaning to burn cannabis, is believed to have taken place in the form of incense burners, burning cannabis along with frankincense resin,
Okay.
which is also known to be psychoactive,
Okay.
as well as other fragrant resins such as myrrh and balsam.
Well, so now you know. Pause
Not
it.
inconceivable then.
So
that such
we
an
can
incense
let
may
everybody
have
know. Pause it. So when Jesus was born, they brought him frankincense and myrrh. What do you think that meant? Let's party.
I feel like it might be on something there.
Yeah.
played a role in some of the
They make
numerous
it sound like it's all over the place. I don't even think that was a good. I don't even think that was a good gift.
What is known for sure
It's like,
though,
I mean, this is the son of
cannabis
God.
found
I
its
mean,
way
you're
to
bringing
Rome
a shit you
through their
picked up on the
conquest of
road.
Greece, an appropriation of Greek
This
philosophy,
isn't even.
science,
This
and
is
art,
Reggie. Get
including
this shit out of
Dioscorides'
here.
Theoria Medica, a classic that influenced Western medicine well into the Middle
Skull,
Ages.
that's doubtful, bro. At least on this show.
But perhaps some of the most controversial references to cannabis in antiquity come from the Judeo-Christian Bible. In the first half of the 20th century, the Polish anthropologist Dr. Sula Bennett discovered a glaring error in modern translations of the Bible. She She noted that the Bible's many mentions of sweet calamus only went as far back as the Septuagint, an early Greek translation of the Hebrew Bible. The problem with this is that calamus has virtually none of the properties it's purported to have in the Bible. Bennett demonstrated that the
Did you see
original
the
Hebrew
purple on
script
that
used the
plant?
term "caneh basum,"
Jeebus.
which she believed was without any doubt cannabis. In fact, Dr. Bennett believed that caneh basum may even predate the Scythian term cannabis. This caneh basum was referenced multiple
be right back,
times
Chris.
in the Old
Hey,
Testament.
bro.
Take, for instance, Exodus chapter 30, in which God instructs Moses to make a holy anointing oil. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Take for yourself choice spices, 500 shekels of pure myrrh, half as much of fragrant cinnamon, 250 shekels of caneh basum, and 500 shekels of cassia, and mix these with olive oil." This holy anointing oil was used to make the temple, the altar, and quote, burnt
That holy
offerings
anointing will
most holy.
fuck you up transdermally.
The Bible goes on to say that anything that touches these
I just want that
too
noted.
would become holy. This anointing oil, in the Old Testament and in Judaism, was used to baptize the likes of kings and priests, ultimately leading to the Hebrew term Messiah, meaning the anointed one. Which begs the question, did Jesus himself use cannabis?
Survey says.
How often do you think about your poop? Now, some people think about
Oh,
their poop
you
a lot.
go away.
Others, not so much.
No one
Did you
likes
know that
your
every
poop
time that you
talk. What up, Diesel? We're watching the history of cannabis today. It's been pretty interesting so far.
It is well documented in the Old Testament that a sacred incense, burned offerings, and a holy anointing oil containing caneh basum were an established part of the rituals of ancient Israelites. These ceremonies were conducted in a tabernacle, a temple similar to that of their Scythian counterparts, who have been shown through ancient historical sources to have traded with and occasionally fought against the ancient Jewish people. It is no surprise, then, that the Old Testament describes caneh basum as being an exotic herb from a faraway land. But the New Testament makes basically no direct reference to caneh basum itself. So, did Jesus know of or use cannabis? It seems that the answer may very well be yes.
I believe it.
Christ is a Greek term meaning the anointed one,
Jesus
as
was a
opposed
stoner.
to being Jesus' last name,
I'm okay with it.
as some believe. In fact, last names generally did not originate until the Middle Ages. These terms, Christ and Messiah, are indicative of the fact that Jesus was anointed in the holy anointing oil. The very same oil used by Moses and Aaron to initiate the priestly class into their faith centuries
That was
earlier.
loud.
As is well documented in the Bible, Jesus was scholarly when it came to his Jewish faith from an early age, teaching the rabbis in the temple at the age of 13. It's highly likely, then, that he was aware of the formula of the anointing oil. In fact, while the New Testament doesn't mention caneh basum directly, anointing seems to be a key part of Jesus' ministry. Jesus anointed the 12 disciples and then sent them out to anoint others in the holy oil. As put in Mark 6:13, they were casting out many demons and were anointing with oil many who were sick and healing them. There are many references throughout the Bible to Jesus' anointing and healing those throughout the region. References to casting out demons may, in fact, be referring to epilepsy, which cannabis oil is known to treat. Similarly, Jesus heals leprosy, which has been commonly treated with cannabis in many ancient cultures. He is also said to have healed a blind man. In modern times, we know cannabis to successfully treat glaucoma. But outside of his many healing miracles, Jesus anointed people, namely, to introduce them to the Holy Spirit. As stated in the first epistle of St. John, I am writing you in this way about those who would deceive you, but the oil you receive from him remains within you, and you really need no teaching from anyone. Simply remain in him, for his oil teaches you about everything, and is true, and is no lie. Remain in him, as his oil has taught you to do. This anointing of common people, and further Gentiles or non-Jews, is in direct violation of Hebrew law. As God dictated to Moses in Exodus, anyone who makes a blend like it or anoints someone other than a priest with it will be cut off from the community. Is it possible then that this could have played a role in the Hebrew elders' contention towards Jesus or their decision to condemn him to death? Whether you believe in the historicity of Jesus or not, it's clear that this holy anointing oil was extremely special to the early Christians. While the Gospels found in the Bible appear to confirm Jesus' anointing oil, they're just a small fraction of the Christian Gospels of antiquity. Before the canon of Jesus' life was solidified by the Roman Emperor Constantine in the 3rd century, a number of early Christian sects, collectively known as the Gnostics, meaning knowledge, all had their own interpretations of Christianity. In one such work, the Gospel of Philip, the author says, "The anointing is superior to baptism. For from the anointing, we were called anointed ones, or Christians, not because of the baptism. And Christ too was so named because of the anointing. For the Father anointed the Son, and the Son anointed the apostles.
That's some really
and the
soothing
apostles
music.
anointed us. Therefore, he who has been anointed has the all. He has the resurrection, the light, the Holy Spirit. If one receives this unction, this person is no longer just a Christian, but a Christ." Similarly, the Gospel of Truth says that Jesus came specifically so that he might anoint them with the ointment. The ointment is the mercy of the Father. Those whom he has anointed are the ones who have become perfect. And in the Gospel of Thomas, thought by many to be the earliest Christian text, the anointing oil is praised more specifically as a plant derivative. Holy oil, given us for sanctification. You are the unfolder of the hidden parts. You are the one who shows the hidden treasures. You are the plant of kindness. Let your power come by this unction. But when the Romans, the former persecutors of the Christians, who had fed them to the lions, decided to make Christianity the official
This
state
is
religion
true.
and decided exactly which version of Christianity would be practiced,
What's
all of
going
these
on,
early
Bell?
Gnostic practices became punishable by death, being conveyed in a symbolic manner before ultimately
Are you finding it
falling by the
interesting?
wayside.
I think this
Interestingly
is
enough,
fascinating
it is
stuff.
almost as if Jesus saw this coming.
And so
As
much
he
is
is
just
quoted
hidden
as
from
saying in
history,
Mark
you know?
4-11 and 12, "To you has been given the secret of the kingdom of God, but for those outside, everything is in parables, so that they may indeed see but not perceive, and may indeed hear but not understand."
Your body's only healthy when your hormones
No,
are balanced,
you
and that's
go
why so many guys
away.
suffer from low T. Unbalanced hormones can
This dude is like on every freaking commercial, I swear.
It's worth noting that Judaism and Christianity aren't the only monotheistic religions.
Hey, welcome. I told you could come
In
chill
the
with
7th
us.
century, the Persian Empire, once home to Zoroastrians and Scythians alike, was in decline. A new religion arose, rejecting the pagan tribal religions of the Arabs.
Yeah.
This new faith, Islam, had its roots in the Abrahamic or Judeo-Christian religious traditions. Islam's founder, the Prophet Muhammad, was very direct in forbidding intoxicants, but seems to refer specifically to alcohol. Could it be that
Skull.
he, too, used cannabis? Both the Hadith and the Quran describe a night journey in which Muhammad flew on the back of a winged horse, ultimately visiting heaven to speak with Allah. Some sects of Islam believe this story to refer to an out-of-body experience, potentially one influenced by an entheogen. And with this region of the world having a long-standing tradition, even then, of using cannabis,
Oh, but food is
it is very
delicious.
possible that should this journey
I'm about
have
to go get
required
pizza,
an
bro.
entheogen to take place, it was most likely
You can get one of those stuffed pizzas with the crust on top as well. It's gonna be artichoke hearts, bacon, Italian sausage, mushroom, and onion with a white garlic sauce.
But while there isn't much in the way of evidence for Muhammad's cannabis use, we know for sure the long-standing tradition of cannabis consumption in the Middle East did not die with the foundation of Islam. Although some take the Prophet's proclamations that intoxicants are haram or forbidden to extend to cannabis as well as alcohol, it is known to have been used medicinally by some Arab physicians, the world leaders in medicine during the Middle Ages. That said, its use was not solely medicinal for the Muslims of this time. The Sufis, a mystical sect of Islam, use cannabis to bring themselves to higher states of consciousness and better appreciate the nature of Allah and the natural beauty of His creation. As the Sufi poet Fuzul Li once said, "Hashish is the perfect being, sought after by mankind with great eagerness. It may not be the perfect
Hash
being for
is
everybody,
amazing.
but it most certainly is for the
secret.
seekers of mystical experience." But Fuzul Li certainly wasn't the only one singing cannabis's praise. In fact, many Sufis ate a hash preparation known as majun as an act of worship, believing it to allow the spirit to ascend to the highest points in a heavenly ascension of disembodied understanding.
Time out, pause. Fucking pause. Let me look this up. Majun. This ought to be interesting. Google. Let me Google that for you. Majun. O-U-N. Majun recipe. Hey, it says nothing about weed in this. They do look real. Oh, it is kind of. Oh, it is. Dried fruits, nuts, spices, and cannabis-infused butter. Holy crap. I might have to make some of these.
As majun.
That looks delicious.
Dude, I might
allow
have
the
to make
spirit
some of
to
these.
ascend to the highest points in a heavenly ascension of disembodied.
Well, did you
understanding.
screenshot that or wrote it down so you know what it is?
I've got the
But
recipe
even though
right
the
here.
Quran doesn't refer
All
to
right.
prophet cannabis, it does mention a figure known as the Green Prophet or Al-Qadir.
Al-Qadir is the Green
Al-Qadir
Prophet.
borrowed from earlier Arabic religious traditions. Originally, the Green Prophet seemed to symbolize fertility and vegetation, with flowers and plants magically blooming from the ground on which he walked. By medieval times, he came to represent the type of esoteric knowledge that breaks you free from the trance of everyday
Getting a
existence.
little feedback there, Chris.
Oh, sorry, hang on.
One may feel under the influence of entheogens. As a result of his association
Is that better
with
when I-
shocking
when I got the
Oh
realization,
yeah, it's
he is
absolutely better.
somewhat portrait of saints, of artists working with unbound enthusiasm. Much of cannabis' use through the early centuries of Islam is unrelated to the Quran or Hadith. As discussed earlier, hashish was commonly used by the Sufis and likely came into existence via the earlier charas, popular in India and the Persian Empire. Cannabis wasn't the only substance used by the Sufis to better understand the nature of Allah. They are thought of as having been instrumental in the development of coffee houses as we now know them. Legend has it that a wandering Sufi once revealed how he had prepared this new and unique drink to a Sunni woman. He prepared the beverage using a hash-filled hookah. This preparation could be responsible for the long-standing tradition of hookah
Of having
serving
coffee.
and even coffee houses serving cannabis, which they did in the Middle East for several centuries and continue to do in parts of Europe, most notably Amsterdam.
Oh yeah,
But
there's
the
a hole in
Sufis
my
weren't the
tongue.
only branch of Islam to partake in cannabis use. Marco Polo once wrote of a mysterious old man of the mountain who led a secretive band of Shia warriors in battle
What's
against
going
the
on,
Sunnis.
Chris?
Oh, I
These
bit my
warriors,
tongue with one
the
of my
Nizari of
canines and I put a
Syria,
hole in it.
would use hash to make them more focused on their
Yeah.
targets and more in tune with the consequences of every move. And they were often
A little
tasked
more
with taking
painful, a
out
little more
high-level
blood than I
targets
thought there was going
shrouded
to be.
in the cover of night. These Nizari came to be referred as Hashishians for
Basically,
their
I,
use of
I
hashish.
halfway pierced my tongue.
This
with
word,
my
through
teeth.
time, evolved into the word assassin, which generally referred to hired killers who use similar tactics to this day. Perhaps because of its association
Look at that
with
hookah.
there were many attempts to
Dude,
suppress the use of cannabis in the Middle
That's
East.
not even a hookah,
Beginning in
bro.
about the 14th century.
No, I mean it's a hookah pipe. Watch, it is a hookah pipe.
Perhaps because
I guess technically, yeah, they would have the coal on top.
Yep.
Dude, that's what I need. Just something to chill and lay back with.
its association with assassins, there were many attempts to suppress the use of cannabis in the Middle East. Beginning in about the 14th century in Egypt, where
That's
it had grown
hookah.
extremely popular, especially for its ability to enhance music. This use became a crime, whose punishment was to have one's teeth pulled out. These users, so attached to their hashish, did not stop its use, and ultimately, attempts at suppression failed, only being realized many centuries later by Western interference. When we return, how did cannabis use fare in pre-Enlightenment Europe, where any aberration from mainstream Christianity
yeah.
was viciously punished?
That's the lion Tungolio.
Yeah, look at him. Oh, he was smoking.
Knowledge of cannabis's medicinal properties spread throughout Europe by way of the Roman Empire. It found its way into the hands
You're
of
right,
the Germanic
Skull,
tribes
it's like
that had
ancient
come to
Elizabeth,
inhabit
ancient
Western
cannabis.
Europe,
Yeah.
where its seeds had served as a food
That's
source
a lot
for
of
ancient
seeds.
Germans.
Oh, no, they
In the
use
Middle
that. That's hemp. Those were
Yeah.
hemps.
Who had earlier been converted to Christianity at the hands of the Romans, have become infamous in history for their use of torture. But the idea of cannabis as inherently bad is a relatively recent construct, and so its use did not seem to go punished in medieval European society.
Youchers.
In fact, its psychoactive properties are largely underreported by the Europeans at this time period.
Yeah, they had the upside down sawdown.
Alcohol.
Take you by your feet, take the saw, put it between your butt cheeks, and then they would.
While it continued to be used as a medicine, much of European society during this time cultivated it for
Well,
use
yeah, you're
as
awake through the whole thing.
Well, of course.
Do you make less than $50,000 a year? If so, you need to pay close attention.
Congress.
No, I don't wanna. What are you gonna do?
I don't want to watch you.
Yeah.
Germans from India introduced Ganja to Jamaica in the 1800s. As far as I believe, it's the wisdom weed. The wisdom is. I can't believe those. I'm too high for all that.
Up until the late Renaissance period,
Look at those plants.
cannabis continued to be thought
That's a
of
forest.
as little more than a source of fiber in Western Europe. But the discovery of America heralded the dawn of a new era in intercontinental trade, and along with it, a changing cultural paradigm. Soon, smoking, which had been virtually unheard of in Western Europe until that point, became vogue across the continent due to a steady influx of American tobacco. Meanwhile, the Queen of England instructed every landowner with more than 60 acres to begin growing hemp for industrial use, with Henry VIII fostering its use by the Navy. In time, Spanish and English explorers independently introduced cannabis to the Americas, with the Pilgrims bringing the utilitarian crop with them on the Mayflower. In fact, the first law regarding cannabis in the New World actually required farmers to grow it, a far cry from the draconian laws instituted just a few short centuries later.
Fuck the Just saying.
Back in Europe, Dutch explorer Jan Hogen van Linschoten wrote of his tales to the Near East, where he had encountered hashish.
That's what I'm saying,
that,
man.
like ancient Greek philosopher Galen had once described, filleth the head. And while cannabis use did not take off in Europe immediately thereafter, an awareness of this powerful plant began to grow, especially among the creative communities. Among its users during this time period was famed playwright William Shakespeare. While unknown until recently, Shakespeare is now believed to have smoked weed,
What's
as
up with these
indicated by the
long-ass
numerous
pipes?
smoking pipes containing cannabis resin discovered on the grounds of his former property. Pipes that date back to the time in which
Look at
Shakespeare
those.
lived.
Right?
As we've discussed, Shakespeare wasn't the first writer to utilize the sacred herb, and he certainly wasn't the last.
Is that William Yates?
It is well documented in
Yes.
history textbooks that the founding fathers of America were wealthy farmers. What they farmed, however, is almost never discussed. These men, and many of their countrymen alike,
Holy
were actually
Jesus,
hemp
there's a
farmers,
lot of them.
as hemp was used in the manufacturing of rope, clothes, and other goods. Growing cannabis was so much a part of the American culture that weed was even depicted on the back of the $10 bill in the early 1900s, which was also printed on hemp paper.
Oh, that's cool.
In fact, Thomas Jefferson once said, "Hemp is of first necessity to the wealth and protection of the country." But rest assured, in those early days of the US, cannabis was used for a lot more than simply making textiles. George Washington is known to have used it medicinally for toothaches and said, "Make the most of the Indian hemp seed and sow it everywhere." James Madison, the father of the Constitution, once claimed that hemp gave him the insight to form a new and democratic nation.
I told you. Didn't I tell you they
Cannabis
got
during his tenure
high?
as an ambassador to the
I
French.
said,
Smoked it
fucking
until his death.
fuck them. Let's go to war.
American founders
They had to
weren't
be
the
high.
only
Right
world
there.
leaders
They're all
at this
high.
time
They're
to
all
use
stoned out
cannabis.
of their
In
mind.
the 1830s, an Irish physician named William Brooke O'Shaughnessy saw
it's an
marijuana
Irishman.
being used medicinally while on a trip to India.
O'Shaughnessy, wow.
Astonished at its efficacy,
That's crazy.
O'Shaughnessy brought the plant back with him to England, introducing this Indian
Look at
hemp to physicians there for use in the treatment of everything from arthritis to epilepsy.
Woohoo!
Soon, Queen Victoria of England began using medical marijuana for her menstrual cramps, under
Nice.
instruction from her physician.
Nice.
Independent of O'Shaughnessy's reintroduction of medical cannabis, Napoleon's
So, in
army
other
brought
words,
hemp
Chris,
back
it was
with
an
them from their
Irishman that brought
excursions in Egypt.
medicinal
And it
marijuana
would be
to
the
the
true
market.
beginnings of widespread hashish consumption in the early modern period in Europe. By the mid-1800s,
I was really hoping they were
a
going to
group
show
of
Ben
French
Franklin's
luminaries
Puff
started
on
the
Hookah.
Club des Hashishes,
that would've been
a Parisian club dedicated to the consumption of hash and other drugs. One of the most esteemed writers of this circle, Charles Baudelaire, wrote the poem Hashish and Artificial Paradises, lauding the use of hashish and opium, insisting that they, theoretically, could aid mankind in reaching an ideal world. In America, Fitzhugh Ludlow wrote The Hashish Eater about his numerous experiences eating cannabis. This book became wildly popular, with President Lincoln's Secretary of State, John Hay, fondly remembering eating hashish and dreaming dreams during his youth at Brown University. When we return, marijuana's shift in public perception from medicine to menace.
Oh gosh.
Here we go. Dun, dun, dun.
As reports of marijuana's efficacy began to be published, it quickly became mainstream medicine across Europe and the United States.
Oh yeah.
Primarily in the form of extracts, which were used for an ever-increasing array of conditions.
Look at that.
But by the early 1900s, the American Medical
It
Association
also
was
had
established,
chloroform in the
creating an orthodox
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
that some argue demonized
and
herbal
pieces
healers.
of flannel.
This uniformity allowed for heavy licensing
Just
fees
a
for
little
these,
flannel.
Just
which
a
many
little
traditional
red
practitioners
flannel.
were incapable of.
Yeah, it happens.
The AMA, a private
Might even
company,
get a finger
had
once in a
monopoly
while.
on the medical industry. Cannabis was banned in California, Massachusetts, and a handful of other states shortly thereafter, while many
Here's to the
physicians
middle
and
fingers,
pharmacists,
up
under the
to
new
the-
regulations, embrace the potential of this wonder drug.
Failed drug war.
During the Prohibition era, in which alcohol and other drugs were banned nationwide, a number of other states
Hey,
soon followed
Valentine.
suit in penalizing cannabis use. Interestingly, in states that did not ban the herb, cannabis served as somewhat of a replacement for booze, with shops called tea pads opening up that offered cannabis-based tea, a legal intoxicant that served as a loophole in a country unaccustomed to its new, inebriant-free lifestyle.
I need that lighter.
From there, its popularity only increased, becoming widely used among American jazz musicians and expat writers of what is referred to as the Lost Generation in Paris, one of whom was Gertrude Stein. Her lover, Alice B. Toklas, is often credited with having invented the pot brownie
Toklas.
during this time period.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. You're allowed to do that. You're the admin.
After putting this under my husband's tongue, he never failed again in bed with me. Hello.
Yeah,
my
you want to know?
husband-
Jesus, what are
Yeah,
we watching?
yeah, I know. You know what it was? He was a
Meanwhile,
cuckold.
Advancements to a machine called the decorticator allowed hemp fibers to be stripped from the plant
That's what she
at a
put
far more
underneath her
efficient rate,
husband's tongue.
leading to popular mechanics calling cannabis the new billion-dollar crop. Hemp had already been superior in that it takes significantly less time to grow than trees. But now, with production simplified by the decorticator, it was really no contest whatsoever. This didn't sit well with publisher and industrialist William Randolph Hearst,
Fuck
who,
you,
aside from
motherfucker.
owning much of the
Right?
media at this time,
You dick.
also owned the paper factories on which his
You should
newspapers were
find all
printed.
your ancestors
Soon, he began publishing propaganda pieces,
and
insisting
point
that
our
Mexican
fingers at him and
immigrants
say,
smoke
"Shame
cannabis
on your
and
grave."
I wonder how
cannabis.
many of the
As society had grown familiar with cannabis and its many
Hearst,
benefits,
you know,
Hearst chose to use the
ancestors
term marijuana,
actually just like
which had,
kind of
up until
shy
this
away
point,
from any
only
sort
been
of
used
that.
to describe
Well,
a
that's what I
wild
mean.
Mexican variety of tobacco.
I would shame all their
completely unrelated
family.
to this.
You are related to that
Soon,
guy.
the dangers of this new supposed threat had alarmed American society. A small church group produced a
Shame
morality
on
tale
you.
titled "Tell Your Children"
Yeah.
about this new drug that supposedly made its users turn
Oh, there it
violent.
is.
The burning weed with its roots in hell.
Yeah.
Devil's
At this time,
lettuce.
a new
Oh,
motion
but
picture
that's
code had
broccoli.
recently
Yep.
been instituted by the U.S. government, which prevented movies from featuring gratuitous violence or sex.
Aw.
An opportunistic film
Man.
producer, Dwayne Esper, purchased Tell Your Children, recutting the film to include such taboo behavior so he could distribute it on the exploitation film circuit that had sprung up in response to these new film regulations. He renamed it Reefer Madness.
Debauchery, violence, murder, suicide, and the ultimate end of the marijuana addict.
Oh my god. Dude, if I could play piano just by smoking weed, yeah. Dude, I'd be making so much fucking money.
I want what he's having.
Esper,
Dude,
like
I-
Hearst,
right?
it was really all about the
Like,
money.
he's on that heart attack.
But the
level.
American people truly did begin to fear this dangerous drug, marijuana.
It's like some secret government
largely due to
99%
steadily growing
THC
stream of
value.
propaganda. Hearst quickly used his resources to begin lobbying politicians, including Harry Anslinger, head of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics, a precursor to today's DEA.
Uh-huh.
Up until that point, the FBN was in charge of
Turns
preventing
his
opiates
family
like heroin
bloodline.
from being smuggled into the country. But Anslinger soon made marijuana a top priority, drafting the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937 to greatly diminish the strength of the hemp industry. He has
Literally,
beating the
to
effect
do
both
with just
Hearst,
marijuana.
Cooper, and DuPont's
I
nylon
don't know.
sales. Even the American Medical Association believed that the act went too far.
Yeah.
They claimed that the bill, which had quickly been drafted in secrecy, did not allow adequate time to prepare a legal opposition. Also, with the term marijuana used instead of cannabis, the AMA's legal defense, Dr. William Creighton Woodward, argued
Which
that
I
marijuana is
believe
not the
wasn't
correct term.
marijuana
Yet the burden of this bill is
Mexican
placed heavily
slang
on the
for
doctors and pharmacists
cannabis?
of this country.
Or something like that.
In spite of all this,
I can't
the new law was passed
Oh.
hastily, facing little opposition.
All I can say is if anybody
first
wants
string
to
of arrests
petition
were
Trump,
made the
you better
following
do
day.
it now for this shit and hold them to
Part
it.
of the new law indicated that tax
this shit-
stamps
turn
were
the
supposed to be
federal
given to
switch
those
off.
interested in
Not gonna
growing
happen.
cannabis. But virtually none were issued.
We're almost there.
And farmers
Almost.
feared that by seeking the government's approval on the matter, they would be incriminating themselves. One of the main opponents of the law was the mayor of New York City,
Oh, of course.
Fiorello LaGuardia, for whom LaGuardia Airport is named. In 1938, he appointed a commission to investigate the new bill, later creating the LaGuardia Committee to oppose Anslinger's draconian campaign against cannabis.
Oh, sounds like what they're doing with the
The committee
vaccine.
was unsuccessful, and in 1942, cannabis was officially removed from medical texts. That same year, the U.S. Department of Agriculture and even the Army themselves urged farmers to grow hemp, releasing a propaganda film of their own, Hemp for Victory, talking about the importance of the crop.
This is hemp seed. Be careful how you use it. For to grow hemp legally, you must have a federal registration and tax stamp. This is provided for in your contract. Ask your AAA committeeman or your county agent about it. Don't forget.
I want that. I want that
With
tax
World War
stamp.
II in full swing,
Time out though, because I thought the tax stamp act was like it ended up being like just an entrapment thing.
Originally, yes.
Okay.
But they changed it.
Gotcha.
So the whole point of this crap is it was more or less the federal government was saying screw you, but the states are saying keep growing. You know what I mean? They create a conflict.
Okay.
So they came up with the tax, and it's still there because if you want to get a license to grow,
Right.
you have to get a special license. So switch the word tax, act or whatever license. It's a license to grow.
Okay.
I want that one for $1 though. That's a good deal.
Yeah, right.
Shit. So
tax stamps were issued to allow the plant to be grown.
As soon as
But this
is
change of heart
over,
was short-lived.
I'm gonna head out.
And cannabis arrests continued.
All right, brother.
Increasing
You
during this period.
still coming over?
As did
it might come
drugs
over. Yeah,
popularity.
I got to go talk to her. So business.
Finally, in 1969,
I'll let
after
you
being
know.
arrested for possession,
Alrighty. I'm gonna
step out.
psychedelic pioneer Timothy Leary challenged the Marijuana Tax Act in court.
He's been arrested a number of times for possession of
Dude,
marijuana.
Timothy Leary is I wish that dude was still around.
I've never been legitimately arrested. I'm in prison now because one evening I was in a parked car and a policeman came up to the car and opened the door against my wishes, made a pass at the ashtray and said, "You're under arrest for I said, "For what?" He said, "For marijuana." I said, "What marijuana?" He reached in his pocket, pulled out 2 joints I'd never seen before, half joints. I said, "You're under arrest."
In Leary versus the United States, it was determined by a federal judge that the Marijuana Tax Act was unconstitutional, and the law was overruled. In response, Congress passed the Controlled Substance Act of 1970 to ensure that cannabis remained illegal, as it was used heavily by the anti-war hippie counterculture and Black Americans fighting for civil rights. The DEA was born. President Nixon hired a team of scientists to prove the dangers of this substance to help justify his decision. When just the opposite was found, and the commission he had appointed called for the decriminalization of marijuana, he threw the study in the trash. Cannabis has been illegal at the federal level ever since. Over the years, numerous states have seen the error of their ways and decriminalized it,
We're
with
getting
some
there.
legalizing it for medicinal and even recreational purposes. Now, nearly 3/4 of the U.S. population supports legalization, but there has been a heavy pushback by the federal government, with lobbyists from the private prison industry and the Prison Guards Union, among many others, objecting to any legalization efforts. Thousands remain in prison, largely due to the propaganda and anti-drug sentiment of years past. It's worth noting the racial disparity in these drug arrests, with the majority of incarcerated non-violent drug offenders being minorities. That's why it's now more important than ever for us, as a society, to look at humanity's long-standing history of cannabis consumption as a dietary staple, a sacrament, a medicine, and even its use as a textile, and to realize the error of our ways. Cannabis
That's a big
users
bag
are
of
not the
shake
violent
right
rapists
there.
they were made out to be in the 1930s, any more than they are the lazy slacker stereotype perpetuated by the media today. While there are certainly people smoking weed in their mom's basement, other users are doctors, lawyers, religious leaders, and yes, even politicians, along with virtually all other facets of the American public, with cannabis being one of the most widely consumed drugs. Modern studies have concluded that it is hundreds of times safer than alcohol. It's even safer than Tylenol. The fail laws of yesteryear, the narrow, two-dimensional stereotypes, the anti-science and anti-intellectual arguments for prohibition, need to be revisited, questioned, and challenged. For those fighting against cancer, which more than 100 studies prove cannabis can kill. Or people suffering from epilepsy, on which CBD has a profound effect. Or people with autism, or Alzheimer's, or gout. For the people serving time in jail for getting caught with a couple of grams. The innovators, the artists, seekers of a deeper insight, the writers, prophets.
Terrence McKenna.
For the betterment
Oh my God.
of humanity.
Yeah. All right. Oh, was that? I saw mushrooms thingy. That might be kind of cool. All right. I'll play one last thing before I go. I have to.
Hey, it's me, your dry
Oh,
skin.
gosh.
I'm craving something we're missing.
That's some
The
dry skin
ceramides
right
and
there.
CeraVe. They help.
Seriously, Weed, if it wasn't for you, I'd never learn how many desserts I could fit into one bowl. The answer is 5 in a burrito. Hey, meth's also here. You know what the cool thing about meth is? That you can make it anywhere, except in a nice neighborhood with good schools. Let's not be too hard on meth. He's the only drug who's aged 5 years since we cut away from him. Oh, Jesus, even I couldn't make that look good. Well, guys, it's been a blast, and I look forward to seeing you all again at Andy Dick's Christmas party.
Weed, you pathetic excuse for a drug. Seriously, your users have less balls than steroids. Let's see who else we got. Oh, Adderall, is that you? Adderall, buddy, I haven't seen you since college. Everybody, Adderall, the only drug that makes you stay up all night so you can't have fun. Yeah! Opium, how the hell did you hear about this? Telegram? And look, Shrooms is here. Kind of. Hey, Ecstasy, give him a poke. Make sure he's still alive. I said poke, not a full body cavity search. Jesus. Thank God somebody toss that kid a glow stick or something. Seriously, Weed, I don't know what we'd do without you. Besides move out of our parents' basement. Next up, don't call it a flashback. Straight from the pocket of your uncle's denim jacket, it's LSD.
You know, the funny thing about Weed is there's always a giant spider demon standing 3 feet behind him. This next joke is just for the spiders under my skin.
Oh, all right. Okay, moving on. Next up, he might not be the most popular drug here tonight, but he has the best celebrity endorsements. Give it up for cocaine.
Yeah! Hey, yeah, I'm here. Just had to use the bathroom real quick. Peyote came all the way from Mexico to be here. He said the trip was really uncomfortable because he had a condom full of me stuffed up his ass. Pow! Weed, you make Tim and Eric funny. Frozen pizza tastes good and fish sound like music. Is there anything you can't do besides get a job? Beer, beer, boo, pop. Weed, you may have a TV show, and Meth, you may have a good TV show, but I had a whole decade. She don't lie. She don't lie. Me. That's Eric Clapton.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Heroin.
When did you get out of jail?
Weed's here. Weed's so great, I bet he'd lend me $500. Meth's here. Meth's so great, I bet he'd lend me $500.
Are you wearing a wire?
Everybody freeze! I didn't do anything wrong. Look, everyone here is over 21, except for Whippets, but he had a really good fake.
Shut up. You, Tobacco, and Ambien can leave.
Oh, thank God.
Now, as for the rest of you, you're all going away for a long, long...
Yes. It's 12 minutes. Fuck it. Let's do one more.
Achieve better results, make a great impression.
These
and
guys,
save time at
all
work,
these guys are
you should get Graham.
hilarious.
Weed's getting a bad rap. I don't mean like a blunt rap. You know, I mean, people talk, people talk shit about it.
marijuana affects the memory. That's bullshit. I never
7 o'clock. We're making it to the West Coast now.
So weed makes you stupid. It doesn't make you stupid. It makes you smarter. All right. Been smoking weed since high school. I grew up in the San Gabriel Valley in LA. We had what's called off-campus lunch. I don't know if you remember that. That's where you can go off campus, smoke weed, eat, and then you had to come back for some reason. It was so one time I came back lit, and we had intermediate math. I had intermediate math after lunch, right? And one time I came back lit, and we had to take a test in fractions, a little pop quiz. And one of the questions on the test was, what's the difference between a quarter and an eighth? I wrote $50.
Pretty much everybody smokes pot when you think about it. I just found out my 15-year-old cousin smokes pot. What the fuck? 15-year-old wants to be an adult before he even grows up. I want to try to help curb the habit, discourage him from really turning it into something bad. So I told him I smoke a little. Didn't expect the reaction. His eyes got so big, like so excited. He was like, dude, Adam, dude, you smoke weed? Dude, how have we not smoked together yet? I was like, dude, how have we not smoked together yet? 5 years ago, you were 10. What the fuck are you talking about? You just started using deodorant, man. Take it easy. Plus, I have this rule. I can't smoke pot with anybody who didn't grow up watching DuckTales. That's just one of my rules about smoking weed. Yeah, that's a good rule. DuckTales. Yeah, they're the potheads. That's how you find them. Yeah, knew you were in here.
Today, I just renewed my weed card. Thank you. It's my second card. My first card, I got 3 days into being in Los Angeles. I didn't even have an apartment yet. My first purchase was a weed cookie. I got an edible. And it was the coolest thing I'd ever gotten up to that point in my life. Because I'd never seen branding on drugs. It had a logo. Aunt Mabel's weed cookie. I trust this. She's family. Underneath it said per dose, eat 1/3 of a cookie. Who eats 1/3 of a cookie? I eat all the thirds of a cookie. You're not gonna have me eat 1/3 of a cookie. Now I'm high and I'm hungry and I'm staring at 2/3 of a cookie. That's not happiness. That's Hunger Games. And I ate the whole cookie.
This is great.
Woke up 2 days later, about 1.5 miles from my house, feeling refreshed. I'm gonna get out of this ditch and get on with my day.
My friends smoke weed all the time. My boys, like my guys I hang out with, they are heavy weed smokers. Heavy. And they all have girlfriends and wives, not girlfriends, girlfriends and or wives that won't let them smoke at home. So now my house has become the designated weed smoking house. Yeah, they just called me up out of nowhere, like, hey, man, what you doing? Called me up for no reason. What you doing? I'm like, I'm in here watching the game. Got a pound coming over. Then they get high and they get into these deep philosophical weed discussions. I don't know if your friends do that. Like, that's when they want to have like a Wolf Blitzer CNN discussion when they high. But it's always bullshit. It comes out of nowhere. It's like, ew. If you was invisible, which ex-girlfriend's house would you rob? And my other boys over here, they thinking about it too. Oh, shit, that's deep. That's deep. See, it don't work like that. It don't work like that because technically you invisible, right? But the shit you steal is not. So now it's a TV just floating down the street. Oh, shit. That's how they caught me last time.
My mom she actually came out here and visited me once, and she kind of got into my medicinal marijuana. My bad, because I've got glaucoma and can't see any of you. But she came out here and visited me. I took a shower. I thought I hit everything, but the Southern woman is like a fucking honey badger. They will dig through anything. Just looking through it. I got out of the shower. I looked really good. She's just standing there. She's like, Justin Douglas Martindale, what is this? The full name. Right? She's like, I've raised you better than this, mister. I cannot believe you brought this in your house. I've been through thick and thin with you. Jesus has cried for you through thick and thin. I cannot believe you would even... God damn, that shit hits hard. What is that? Is that an indica, a sativa? What is that? Purple Rhino, Mystic Haze, Sad Substitute Teacher? What's that called?
If you're going to do drugs, smoke weed. Seriously, right? Exactly. I don't judge. What's the worst thing that's going to happen if you smoke some weed? You're going to eat a couple of Twinkies and drive really safely.
White people, you have good weed. And I commend you because you use discretion. You get your weed from somebody called a guy. I don't know who this guy is. You can ask any white dude anywhere. Where you get your weed from? I get it from this guy. I see him on Tuesdays. You want me to pick you up something? That's all you get. Ask a brother, yo dog, where you get your weed from? From my cousin. He at the Holiday Inn right down the street. Won't you call him from your cell phone so you can lock the number in? Then they wonder why they get caught. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and your car is orange. That's why you got caught. You need a guy.
When you get your weed from white people, they let you try it before you buy it. Can't get that from black people. You have to smoke them out with the shit you just got from them. In business, that's called reneging.
I had to go back and learn fractions just to buy weed from white people. I didn't know nothing about eighths or quarters or nothing like that. Nobody told me that if the bottom number was bigger, you get less. I had to rush down to Home Depot to get one of them rulers with the lines on them. The guy was like, "What you using it for?" Like, I'm buying an eighth from a white guy. Which one is the eighth? Is that the little short line next to the quarter? Because I don't want to get ripped off. I want the right length. I'm on the phone telling my friends, don't worry about it. I got 2 1/64s coming. We'll just put one in the freezer. This should last us till Christmas.
I have a prescription for medical marijuana. And here in Los Angeles, you don't even need a real reason to get it. The doctor's like, why do you need a prescription?
Oh, that's how this dude.
It's like, because my neighbor moved to Burbank. And I don't know where else to get any pot from. Because everybody smokes. I hate when I go to the store high, but the guy behind the counter is higher than I am. So you try to buy something and he's like, $2.75, please. You're like, how much? He's like, what? My friend tried to get me to smoke some Afghani weed. I don't want to smoke Afghani weed because people in Afghanistan get stoned to death. I'm just trying to get to Hollywood.
Here's the deal. I went into
This
the weed
dude
store
right here.
and anybody had the edibles? Woo! Okay. So for those of you who don't know, the edibles kind of fuck you up. I did not know that. So I went in. Now listen, something you need to know about me is I fucking love blueberry muffins. So I walk into the weed store and I'm like, are those blueberry muffins? And the guy was like, yeah. And I said, does that have weed in it? And he said, yeah. And I was like, I'll have a blueberry muffin. So my weed store has like a little area where you can smoke and watch DVDs and shit. And I just put in Chappelle season 1. Fucking great. And I'm literally licking my fingers when the guy runs in. He goes, you didn't eat that whole muffin, did you? Huh?
Yes.
Tell me you didn't eat that whole muffin right now all at once, did you? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, all right, listen, and I'm not fucking around right now. Either give me the keys to your car or drive home right now. And I said, what? And he goes, I'm telling you, leave here right now or prepare to be here for 8 hours. I was like, are you kidding me? He goes, you ate that whole muffin, man. He goes, I own this place. I would only eat half if I was at home. Fuck me. He was right. I was high for 8 hours. That's one of those highs where you're like, I have kids, man. I had to pull one of these. I walked into the house. I was like, Daddy's sick. Don't come in the room. Click. And then I peeked my head out. I was like, no matter what you hear from this room, do not come in here.
Yes.
It was bad. Except like an hour later, I was like, except I could use some orange juice.
It's smoke pop. There's one type of stoner I hate being around. That's a person who, when they do get high, they think it makes them smarter somehow. Do you know one of these shitheads? And I realize there's certain things I can't do with that friend while he's stoned anymore. Like, I can't watch movies with him anymore. Here's what happened a few weeks ago. We were watching a movie. He's smoking a joint. I'm completely sober. We're watching Return of the Jedi. I don't want to ruin the movie for you guys. But at one point in Return of the Jedi, a spaceship explodes. And my buddy leans over and he goes,
You do what? Rip. Well, that sucks. Hello. Let me look. Do. For policy violations? The fuck, man? Well, that's bullshit. I guess they didn't like what we were playing. Well, that's a rip. We're still on Twitch though, I think, aren't we? Gotta be. Yeah, we're still on Twitch. We got 11 people on Twitch. Hi. All right. Well, hey, Don, I don't know if you want to jump up here or if you want me to just end it. But, oh, wait, I can't end it. Well, I'm not on my phone. I got to get this set up, this computer set up for, with Abbott and stuff, so I can finally get things rolling. Okay, let me all right. In that case, jump on here. Pick up. Enter studio. Mute. Ha! Guess who? All right, everybody. Have a good night. And I guess we'll see you back here in a little bit with the game stream. So stick around, go eat some dinner, get your dessert on, and come on back. I'll see y'all later.